I just want to stare.
I know.
Like, I need poof here, I need this.
I know. No, I'm going to talk about who you are.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to talk about me. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Which way is my hair parted?
that's probably
Oh, no.
hurt.
Oh, no. Hey, guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey, guys, welcome back to my channel.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I told you guys last week that I was going to bring my girlfriend along with me. She is here with me and she is here to do a recap, which I'm super excited about because she was on The Bachelor.
I was. It's been a little bit of time. I was on Jake Pavelka's season of The Bachelor. I had such a great experience. Went on there trying to find love. Didn't work out, but I did find friendship, love. Some of my best friends are from the show. I'm actually in LA, hanging out with Lindsay, doing this, and meeting up with some of the girls that were on my season.
So we are here tonight to talk about episode 2 of The Bachelor. All I can tell you is I hate Corrine.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Corrine
I can't
either.
stand her. I think she's terrible.
She is terrible.
Does anyone like her?
No, I don't think so, but I feel like she came on the show. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yes.
She's overly sexual. She's trying to cause a lot of drama on the show.
And she knows that she's going to be on Bachelor in Paradise.
For
100%.
sure. She's going to be like the star. It's going to be like the Corrine show. So way
Yes.
to go, girlfriend. Like, usually I would knock somebody, but it's probably going to be your show.
You know, I think that Corrine and Chad would be a good couple.
Oh, there you go. Chad, come back. I don't know if you're welcome because you're kind of
Probably
violent,
not.
but
Probably not. But don't
the
you
two of
think
you.
those two,
That would
C
be
and
good.
C?
There you go. You
They'd
guys are
be
like a
amazing.
match made in heaven, like
Yes.
matchmaker. Right here, Lindsay. Call her.
So they start off by doing a wedding photo shoot, and it's a group date. So a bunch of girls are dressed as brides, and then the other ones are bridesmaids. I feel bad for Alexis. This episode, she was a pregnant bride.
Yes.
Yeah.
She looked good though. I thought she handled it well. She had fun with it. I feel like on group dates, you just kind of have to roll with the punches. And if you're somebody who can't have fun and let loose and just kind of make fun of yourself, you're probably not going to do very well on group dates.
I also felt very bad for Vanessa because I would cry my eyes out if someone made me wear that 80s dress. I know that was in style one day, and I know that styles keep coming back. And I feel like the 90s are really in style. Obviously, I got this choker on.
There you go.
But I would be so depressed if I had to come down, especially with like Corrine. She's in her little white bikini. Brittany was wearing no top. She was in a...
She looked hot.
She looked sexy.
So good.
Like,
and
with
her
those
extensions.
Oh, those extensions. She had
Great.
these long extensions in that covered her boobs, and then she had this leaf bathing suit bottom on. She looked sexy.
So good. I didn't really enjoy Nick in his little outfit, but
no, I thought she
whatever.
looked way better. I probably would have been staring at her.
Yes,
I
me
would
too.
have been staring at her, not
me
at
too.
Nick.
Sorry, Nick, you lost. Go
Sorry.
home.
What else really stood out?
Well, I would say that one girl, I don't even know her name, so did she stay now?
The
Sarah,
the
she wore the
Vegas.
short,
The Vegas.
I love Sarah. Sarah's probably one of my favorite girls. I feel like if I was on the season with her, we would be besties. I thought she handled herself very well. She looks great in the short white dress, and I'm secretly hoping she's the next Bachelorette because I just think she's so much fun.
She's
She
so
kind
cute.
of reminds me of Becca Tilley,
Yeah.
and then on Sean's season, his runner-up Lindsay reminds me of her.
I like that name.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I thought their photos were super cute.
Yes.
I wanted her to win that challenge.
Yes.
But of course,
Corrine.
Let's explain why Corrine won. So Corrine was very threatened because Brittany had no top on and she looked sexy as you know.
Yeah.
So Corrine decides that she needs to, in her photo shoot, to take her top off and have Nick hold her boobs and have this like sexy
You're groping yourself.
have this like sexy photo shoot. Like what the hell?
Nick did not look like he was having it, and I don't know if one, he wasn't attracted to her, because I don't know any guy that wouldn't be happy that a chick took her top off, but on the same side, like, he probably didn't like that she did it in front of all the girls.
Yeah.
And I know on my season, I don't ever remember there were so many chances for somebody to make out with the lead. Like, I feel like it was a bit more hidden. Like, you knew it was going on, but it wasn't right in your face, at least on any of the dates that I went on.
She wants everyone to know.
Yes.
Like she is about to have sex with him, like in front of everyone.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well go at it. You can just add to the number.
Right.
Put it on. Maybe they already have. Who knows?
Probably.
We don't know.
I was expecting that night.
Yes.
I really was. I was like, oh, she's gonna sneak into his room or
yeah,
something.
or it's probably going on in the pool. We just don't know.
Exactly.
Sorry, hope somebody clean that.
So So after the date, they get to know Nick a little more. They try to get some one-on-one time with Nick. And Corrine, I think, tried to steal, or she did steal Nick 3 times. So she talked to Nick. Of course, she was like the first one to go talk to him. And then I think Alexis was talking to Nick.
Yeah.
She stole him. Taylor was talking to Nick. She stole him. But what I liked was that Taylor was like, nah, I'm not gonna have it. And she went right back and stole Nick back. And then freaking Corrine was pissed.
Yes.
I also think Corrine was drunk the entire date. And honestly, I think that had something to do with her speech. She gave a speech to the girls saying that not everyone's gonna like each other, and that we gotta remind ourselves that we're here for one person, and that's Nick, and we're all not friends, and blah, blah, blah.
She knows what she's doing. Like, she's gonna have tons of followers.
Oh my gosh.
She's gonna make a lot of money.
I think we need to go look at her Instagram right now and then look at it at the end of the season.
Yes.
She's probably gonna have like, what?
She's gonna have like 1 million. She's gonna sell Diff eyewear, Sugar Bear hair, and what's the other one? Like, do it. I didn't make any money doing the show. If you can make money selling stuff, go for it. No shame.
At the end of that group date, Corrine does get the rose, and I'm sure that pissed off a ton of girls because they're probably thinking, well, Nick is just here for the sex.
And I feel like that was totally Nick and producers pushing that because they want the girls to be jealous. They want them to think that this is what he's here for, is just to be with a girl to have sex with.
So the one-on-one date was with Danielle M. And yeah, does anyone really know who she is? I feel bad saying this, especially after watching this past episode because of her story, but I think she's too nice.
Yes, for him.
For him.
And for the show.
For the show, and just boring. They go on this date where they are on a yacht. I'd like to be on a yacht right now at this moment. And they have this little romantic time, and she tells Nick that she was engaged before and her fiance died from a drug overdose.
And she's the one that found him. My heart broke for her.
Yeah.
You know, I
can't imagine. But good for her.
Yeah, and I thought Nick handled that very well. Because it's always such a hard time telling a guy something super personal about you and how they'll react, because you kind of separate the boys from the men. Yeah. And I thought Nick handled that in a very manly manner.
Did.
He was really sorry that had happened to her and that didn't change anything with him.
Yeah. And like, I think he said something about like, remember the good qualities or the good memories and keep them with you. Honestly, I've dated people that would have probably been jealous over if I had lost a fiance. They'd probably be jealous of them and that person would be dead. So like, I'm just saying. So I think that was really great of Nick that he was so understanding and just, you know, didn't have anything bad to say. Danielle got a rose at the end.
I kind of feel like it was a pity rose. I didn't feel like they had a connection. Like, you wait till you get to the top of it. Is that like a Ferris wheel? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
And make out. Like, it's very romantic. But I didn't feel like chemistry.
No, I just think she's so sweet, but she's just too sweet for him.
I feel like had she not said that story, I don't necessarily know that she would have got a rose.
I don't think so. So then they go on a second group date, and they went to a breakup museum.
Yes.
Where I guess the museum had things of people that have broken up.
And Nick and Caitlyn, or I guess the engagement ring that Nick got, Caitlyn was there.
I think he was way more hurt about Caitlyn than he was Andy.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he kind of had to put himself more out on the line for Caitlyn because he came back, and then they'd kind of had a relationship prior, which interesting. It's the same thing happening with him and Liz. Go figure.
I'd have never even heard of a breakup museum. I have like a truckload of shit that I want to bring to this breakup museum and drop that shit off and never look at it again.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yes. When I was on The Bachelor, when I got kicked off, Jake threw my rose into the fire. Now that to me is the most...
that burnt-ass
flower. Where's the ashes?
Yes.
And I feel like that's always been the most dramatic like rose ceremony ever. Is like, who gets the rose thrown in a fire? Could have been in the museum. But then they had the actors when they turned the corner and the girls act like they were surprised that there were actors there, which I thought their acting wasn't.
Honestly, if I would have heard someone screaming in a museum, I probably would have gone and looked and been like, oh yeah, this is totally fake.
Yes. Like, or I would have thought something was really going wrong and maybe we should like duck and take cover. I mean, the world we live in, like, you should get down.
So part of that whole like fake fight thing is that all the girls were challenged to break up with Nick. Honestly, some of the breakups were dumb. Josephine slapped him though across the face.
Yes.
Like, but you know what? I get that like crazy vibe from Josephine.
Yes.
I feel like she's gonna like knock someone out next. Like I feel like she's a little crazy. I just get that.
Maybe
vibe
she
from
should
her.
have been on like WWE Divas instead of The Bachelor. You got the wrong show, girl.
And she's tall. So Liz, of course, was the last person to break up with Nick. She comes out with this little notebook and she writes out this entire letter to Nick.
I feel like that's what she's been doing for the last 9 months. She's been writing a breakup letter.
Yeah.
I mean, she had it all detailed. She was
let
ready
me
to
tell
go.
you, I felt like I was getting broken up with.
Yes.
I almost want to go rewatch that, write that down for the future.
Just keep that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Keep that on
if
your
you
iPhone.
need to break up with someone, hey, there
Copy,
you go.
paste, send.
Yeah.
Done. And then delete.
And you can see on his face, I felt like he was going to start sweating or he was going to like shit his pants. Like, I was nervous. All the girls, especially Kristen knew. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that. Liz told Kristen that she had slept with Nick 9 months ago at Jade and Tanner's wedding.
I feel like if Liz was really that interested, she would have contacted him by now. And I also feel like if he was that interested, he would have contacted her. Like, there's so many ways to get a hold of people these days. There's really no excuse in anyone's side of it as to how they could have contacted one another.
And Nick is super uncomfortable. Like, he doesn't even comment. He's like, what do I say to that? He's so uncomfortable.
I think he was probably wondering too, who knew? And had she already told all the girls? Was he already looking like an idiot because he hadn't been the one to say it to them? Because then there's like trust issues.
Yeah, definitely. So during their little like one-on-one time, I felt like Nick was trying to fish, like get information from each of the girls to see if maybe they knew that he had had sex with her.
Yes.
But obviously no one knew but Kristen. And Kristen just totally outs her and says like, yeah, she told me you guys had sex 9 months ago.
Kristen, rule number 1 in The Bachelor. If you're trying to find love, don't talk about the other girls in your one-on-one time because you don't get a lot of it. So,
yeah.
Bye-bye. You're not going to be here much longer either unless Nick keeps you around just to tell him stuff. So, good job, sister.
He pulls Liz aside and basically says, you know what? It's not working out. You gotta go home. I truthfully believe Liz was on there to just get some fame. She had slept with Nick 9 months ago and she probably didn't get much fame from that.
Right.
So she had to try again. And now, you know, the world knows who Liz is.
I just think that's so unfortunate. Like,
Yeah.
that's how you want to be known. Like, I can't imagine that Jade and Tanner, you were her maid of honor, that she didn't tell you what you were walking into. I'm honestly concerned for your life after this as far as, like, your work and just kind of...
Yeah, you're known for the one-night stand.
Yeah, and, like, the internet isn't going anywhere.
No. We all know. So that's basically it for this episode's recap. There was honestly just a lot of Corrine.
It's the Corrine show.
The Corrine show, definitely. So I will put all of Kat's information, her social media down below so you guys can follow this one as well. So that's it for us today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like this video. Also make sure you share this with all of your Bachelor friends and I will see you guys all next Wednesday. Bye.